A remote island, forgotten by time, and buried deep in its jungles, something ancient still breathes. It's been 30 years since Jurassic Park first changed the world. Since then, we've seen dinosaurs escape labs, destroy cities, and even try to live among us. But now, the story takes a darker turn. Jurassic World, Rebirth, isn't just another mark. It's a desperate mission, a deadly trap, and a reminder that nature doesn't forget. With a cast led by Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali, directed by Gareth Edwards, this film promises to the terror, the mystery, and the madness that made Jurassic Park a legend. But does it deliver? Or is this just another roar with no bite? Jurassic World, Rebirth, is the 7th installment in the iconic franchise. Directed by Gareth Edwards, known for Godzilla, 2014, and Rogue One. The film promises scale, grounded realism, and a return to survival horror roots. The story is set 5 years after the events of Dominion. Dinosaurs have been driven off the mainland, but experiments still continue in secret. A covert medical organization receives intel. A rare dinosaur species, with genetic markers that could cure diseases, still exists on a forbidden island, once home to failed InGen labs. Enter our protagonists. Zora Bennett, Scarlett Johansson, a fearless ex-military expedition leader. Dr. Duncan Kincaid, Mahershala Ali, a biologist with a haunted past. Dr. Henry Loomis, Jonathan Bailey, the heart and conscience of the mission. Their objective? To extract a DNA sample and get out alive. But nothing goes as planned. Gareth Edwards delivers a visual tone that feels far more mature than recent entries. Gone are the glossy, theme park aesthetics of the previous World films. Instead, we get dense jungles, rusted labs, and long, eerie silences. His camera doesn't race. It stalks. Shots linger. Tension builds. When the dinosaurs arrive, they're not roars on display, they're predators. The most gripping scenes, not the explosions, but the quiet ones. A flashlight dying in a flooded tunnel. The sound of branches snapping behind a character's back. A hidden nest, filled with mutated eggs, and something moving in the dark. The cinematography by John Matheson, Gladiator, Logan, uses natural lighting and 35mm film, giving the jungle sequences a raw, grounded realism we haven't seen since the original 1993 film. The tone? Think The Revenant meets Jurassic Park, brutal, quiet, and patient. From the moment the team steps foot on the island, something feels wrong. The jungle isn't just dense, it's eerily quiet. Their equipment fails. Communications die. Tracks are found, but they're not from anything in the fossil record. The first act sets up a classic survival structure. Get in, grab the DNA, and get out. But as night falls, the mission spirals into chaos. The real danger? Not just the dinosaurs, but a splinter group of rogue scientists living off-grid, experimenting with bioweapons and mutated Dino strains. And then there's the local family, stranded, terrified, and hiding secrets. Some critics call their subplot filler, but it adds human weight to the chaos. This is where Rebirth slows down and builds dread. Rather than jumping from action to action, the movie holds back. Like the original Jurassic Park, it lets you feel the jungle breathing. When the first real attack happens, it hurts. This film doesn't rely on constant CGI chases. It's all about atmosphere, isolation, and terror. Let's talk about the cast and how they carry this beast of a film. Scarlett Johansson, Zora Bennett, a leader torn between duty and survival. Scarlett brings intensity, but also moments of vulnerability. She's not a superhero here, she's just human and scared. Her standoff scene with a territorial raptor is one of the film's best. Mahershala Ali, Dr. Duncan Kincaid, soft-spoken, brilliant, but hiding something tragic. Mahershala's presence is commanding, even in silence. He's the emotional anchor, especially in the second half, where things get deeply personal. Jonathan Bailey, Dr. Henry Loomis, the heart of the mission. Young, idealistic, and caught in a moral storm. Bailey's performance is layered. His scenes with the mutant hatchlings are both touching and terrifying. This role is also one of the franchise's first openly LGBTQ+ leads, handled with dignity and depth. Rupert Friend, Martin Krebs, the corporate villain, ruthless, manipulative, a bit over the top at times, but he adds tension to the human conflict. Manuel Garcia Rulfo and family subplot. His character is a civilian father who stumbles into the chaos with his daughter. Some say this side story slows the pace, but others find it emotionally grounding. It creates a human reason to fear the dinosaurs again. The cast isn't just running from CGI monsters, they're reacting to real fear, regret, and sacrifice. That's what makes Rebirth hit differently from the last few Jurassic entries. If you came for the dinosaurs, you won't be disappointed. This film brings back the classics. The towering T-Rex, silent and slow until it strikes. The clever velociraptors, reintroduced with more primal instincts. And even a glimpse of the mighty Spinosaurus, now more monstrous than ever. But where Rebirth really claws its way into horror is with the new creations. The scientists on the island weren't just cloning for research. They were engineering hybrids, creatures designed for speed, stealth, and worse. This movie doesn't just rely on dinosaur spectacle, it embraces survival horror. Let's talk about 3 unforgettable scenes. The river scene. The team attempts to cross a flooded ravine in a raft. Fog rolls in. A low growl vibrates the water. Suddenly, a massive shadow beneath them. It's a T-Rex, reintroduced in a scene based on Spielberg's original unfilmed river sequence from 1993. The tension builds until the jaws strike from below. The nest. Zora and Loomis discover a nest of hybrid eggs, still warm. Then they hear something breathing just inches away in the dark. An Ix-Raptor slowly uncurls itself from the shadows behind them. This scene is all about stillness, sound, and pure dread. Almost no music, just fear. The tower collapse. A mutated dinosaur bursts through a fallen communications tower. Concrete crashes, cables snap. One team member doesn't make it out. It's brutal, not just visually but emotionally. Gareth Edwards brings his signature style. Large-scale realism with handheld intimacy. Practical sets mixed with minimal, photoreal CGI. Long, quiet takes that build dread slowly. Unlike previous Jurassic films, Rebirth is never cartoonish. It's grounded, dark, and often shockingly quiet. The horror doesn't scream, it waits. Sometimes, it's not the roar of the dinosaurs that haunts you. It's the silence between those roars. Shot on 35mm film by cinematographer John Matheson, Gladiator Logan. The visuals are gritty, moody, and soaked in green, brown, and gray hues. The jungle isn't beautiful. It's dangerous, tangled, alive. Scenes are often lit naturally, with fire, flashlight beams, or moonlight filtering through leaves. This creates a raw survival energy that makes you feel trapped with the characters. CGI is used sparingly, and only when needed. That's what makes the dinosaurs feel real again. Like the best Jurassic films, Rebirth carries strong thematic weight. Tampering with nature for profit, weaponizing science in the name of progress, and how greed always finds a way. There's also a personal theme: regret. Many characters carry guilt, whether it's over past mistakes, lost family, or what they've created. This emotional undercurrent grounds the chaos. It reminds us that the monsters on this island aren't just the ones with claws. So, did the audience hear the roar? Glow with Meridian's critics, mixed to positive. Rotten Tomatoes, 51% critics, mixed feelings about pacing and character depth. 73% audience, fans praise the survival tone and visuals. Metacritic, 52 critics, 5.5/10 user score. Not glowing, but not a disaster either. Most critics agreed on 2 things. Whiteheavy checkmarked the film is beautifully shot and atmospherically intense. Crossmark, but the story feels safe, and the human drama, while sincere, is not always well balanced. Despite the mixed reviews, the movie opened strong. $26.3 million opening day, $82 million opening weekend worldwide. Budget, around $180 million. It's not Jurassic World, 2015, numbers. but it's a clear win for a franchise that many thought was extinct. So where does Rebirth stand in the Jurassic timeline? It's not a reboot. It's not a direct sequel. It's more like a spiritual restart, a focused, standalone survival story with deep emotional stakes. Think of it like the Batman vs. Justice League. Same universe, different energy, more grounded. And honestly, that's what this franchise needed. Less theme park, more teeth. Final score, 3.5 out of 5. Not perfect, but focused, fierce, and absolutely worth the trip back into the jungle. Did Jurassic World Rebirth win you over, or should the franchise finally go extinct? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more bold reviews, where we don't just rate movies, we survive them.